Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to episode 25 of Oldschool Completionist. Working on scaling in general for the most part in this episode, but you might see a bit of PVM, and there is some, pets coming out related to scaling, so the pet hunt will continue. But here is some very, very sped up construction, making actually carved teak wardrobes. I saw a video by Lelador because this is the best way to train your construction on an Iron Man, since teak logs are by far the easiest logs to get, in terms of, also getting decent woodcutting XP, but I looked into the pricing, and they're about 560k XP per hour if you're doing them properly, which is actually somewhat difficult. There's a little bit of timing involved. But yeah, they were actually fairly cheap and a bit higher XP per hour than doing oak, so I decided to do that. But there we go, 15 mil construction and rank 29 construction. You can get ranked so easily in that skill. So the next thing I decided to do is to sell my loot tab. I haven't really added too much to it recently, and I figured I'd liquidate it to get a bit of extra cash. So once again, lots of sped up sales, and did end up being about 83 million GP, so pretty nice to put that in the bank. I will be doing more PVM in the future, don't worry. I don't exactly know when, but I think I might do some Cowboy Queen this weekend, so see if we can get some more money from that. But I decided to keep one of each of the items just so, keep the placeholders, because I do plan to continue the PVM sometime in the future. But yeah, got some nice money out of that. And here's a bit more prayer. I wanted to finish off my 15 mil prayer, so lots of praying, and you can see the XP rate there, getting around 650k, which is definitely doable. I'm getting a bit better at prayer, but it is rather difficult to get, perfect tick prayer without, I still miss click bones all the time and stuff like that, but prayer HP is quite low. It's like 525k, and with resizable and all that stuff, it's not too hard to get higher XP than that. 600k is pretty easy to get. 650k is definitely doable. So I guess it's always nice to be getting a bit over HP, but it probably should be changed. Okay, so I've been training my herb lord doing some super combat potions actually, which are a little bit under EHP, but right now they are break-even / profit. So I invested like 200 mil in 10k, or the supplies for 10k of these, just shy of 200 mil. They should sell for like 190 something mil, because they're about 19 point something k each. So yeah. They're like 300k herblore XP per hour, and they're not extremely AFK because you can only make 7 per inventory. I guess half as AFK as most other potions, and you have to do a lot more banking, I guess, but still getting 300k an hour and not losing any money is pretty good. As far as other skills, yesterday I did finish off 15 mil thieving, mostly through pyramid plunder, but actually the skilling cup is coming up finally this month, and I'm probably going to be doing thieving for Hexus, so I did a little bit of practicing with blackjacking, and I'm probably going to continue to do some of that, because blackjacking is the method that is used in the skilling cup, and I've spent a fair amount of time blackjacking, so hopefully I can do pretty well. I was practicing for a little while, and I was getting like 274k, with a few mistakes and misclicks and stuff even, and also, well, I started DCing, so then I kind of stopped because it would have been an inaccurate hour test, but I think I could probably get like 276k without too much difficulty, so I think Hexus has a pretty good shot at taking the victory once again this year. But yeah, I will most likely be doing thieving, but if not, then I might be doing either mining or fishing. But yeah, it's probably going to be thieving, so I'll be continuing to work towards 20 mil on that. Did some crafting last night, got that past 14 mil, it's a level 100 also, so most of my skills now are above 100, but I still have a few that are below 14 mil. I'm going to wait until tomorrow actually to do mining and woodcutting, and right now woodcutting is my lowest skill, because the pets are coming out, so I may as well wait. And then I still have some rune crafting to do, of course, but for now I'm just going to continue to work on herb lore until I get to at least like level 100. And then yeah, I have agility, rune crafting, still need to do some farming, which I've been doing daily, and skills are coming together pretty nicely. 20 mil all, I think I'm still like 700 hours off of, but 15 mil all will take not that long at all, probably only like a week or 2 weeks, so. Well, I do suppose that the holiday cheer is over, so I think I'm going to bring my skin color back to what it normally is. I might have actually chosen a shade darker than the last time I changed my skin color, but that's fine. Well, unfortunately I was not recording myself woodcutting, but if you look closely, there is a little creature standing next to me, and that is a beaver. I was just woodcutting, as you can see, getting fairly decent XP, but higher is definitely possible. I'm still learning how to 3-tick woodcut properly, but you don't get a chat box message, or at least I couldn't find it. I don't think I got any kind of chat box message, like you don't get the funny feeling you're getting followed or anything like that, which is weird, but there it is. There's the beaver. It has a pretty funny chat dialogue. 32,768 is how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if it could chuck wood. Oh my god. Which is also the drop rate of a dragon train from Dust Devils, consequently. But there we go. We have 7 pets now, and that is a skilling pet. Day of release, only like 4.4k T-Clogs cut. It was like a little under 400k XP, so super lucky. Really, really sick. Get that thing insured, and yeah, I was super happy. I was not expecting that at all. Alright, well, I have found some active Castle Wars boosts in the past few days, which I've been intermittently taking part in whenever I need to AFK and do homework and stuff like that, so getting a bit less fishing XP, but getting the Castle Wars tickets, and I'm 100 tickets off of the gold set right now. I need 400 for the gold helmet, but I can buy a halo, and look pretty cool with all of this stuff on, so yeah, I'm getting quite close to being done with that, and that's really the only like significant completionist thing on my list that I think I'll actually do that is not done yet besides pets. So yeah, it's gonna be done pretty soon, and I'll have basically everything done besides pets. And also, this is the only thing left to be the equivalent of trim completionist from the RS3 requirements. So I have like almost gold Castle Wars, and I have like the ancient pages and all that other crap that's on the RS3 list that exists in Old School. But yeah, getting quite close to being done with the Castle Wars set, and basically about 2.5 more hours of boosting, and it will be completed. Well, first draw of the trip, Godsword Shard. I guess it's more exciting than not a Godsword Shard. What is it, like 1 or 200k? Alright, well, it's been a while since I collected from this guy. Probably lower than it would be if I actually like maintained my kingdom, but decent amount of crap in there. I wonder how much money I have in it. Still actually have over the threshold, but I'll throw in like another mill. Nothing too crazy. I feel like definitely didn't have this blue back. I guess it's because I think it's the first time I've ever actually opened this interface on Resizable. That's interesting. So this is a little thing that I've been meaning to do for a little while. Just some collectible items that you can get on most of the Harmless that I don't believe are tradable. So there's this guy Smith over here, and if you bring a Book of Piracy with you, you can talk to him, and he sells 3 different special types of swords, which are Harry's Cutlass, Lucky Cutlass, and Rapier. And he gives you like a whole backstory behind each one of the swords. It's pretty funny if you actually read through it. But yeah, the 2 cutlasses have pretty bad stats, and they cost like 2 or 3k GP. They probably have similar stats to maybe like steel or myth weaponry. I don't totally know, but yeah, they're not really that good. But they look kind of interesting. Like the Harry's Cutlass has like this golden like glove thing on it, and then the Lucky Cutlass is the same thing but without the golden glove thingy. So it looks kind of strange if you happen to put on like the Harry's Cutlass and a crab claw or something like that. And there you can see my friend Albert the Pirate in his full pirate attire over there. He looks pretty great. So yeah, there are the 2 cutlasses, and then the last thing you can get is a rapier, which I've had some people ask me about, like, what is that item? Because if you wear it with like bandos and melee gear, then it kind of looks like you're wearing a chaotic rapier. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little item. It has, I think, about the same stats as a rune scimitar. It costs like, I think it costs like 20 something k. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, and it does look, yeah, 25.6k is what it costs, and it has somewhat similar looks to the old chaotic rapier, a little bit less interesting, but yeah. Well, this is the second to last skill to pass 14 mil. We just hit 14 mil mining, which means that the only skill I have left to get to 14 mil is now woodcutting with 13,755, so that'll take like 2.5 hours or so to get to 14 mil. So closing in on the 14 mil base, I'll be rank 8 on the CML, what's it called? Lowest skill, high scores. Well, first draw for this task finally coming in. We just got a Dragon Chain Body, unkill 2228 of the Calphite Queen. I've actually done like 80 kills of Calphite Queen, almost 90 actually, throughout the 24-hour stream right now. But finally actually pull a drop. If only it was a pet, but you know, it's still somewhere around. I can't price it right now. I think they're like shy of 2 mil, so muy bien. Past the 14 mil wood cutting, and we are now higher than 14 mil in every single skill on this game, so that's pretty cool. Alright, well, I've definitely talked about this in some videos in the past, but I decided to get back to doing some Tears of Gothics because it works out to be somewhere around like 160 to 180 KXP per hour, effectively, depending on how many tiers you get. But it's like 3 minutes for like 8 to 10k XP in your lowest skill, which works out to be about that XP rate. So if your lowest skill is slower than 180k XP per hour, then it's worth it to do Tears of Gothics. It's a small thing, but I think it went into like mining for me here, and my lowest skills have been slower ones recently, so as long as that's the case, I probably will be doing my weekly tiers just for a bit of free XP. Well, I've been doing a little bit of mining today, and I decided to pick up some supplies to make broad bolts. They're not really very good XP, but you're getting free XP basically. You're not spending any time, and it also doesn't cost any money. So if I was making darts, it would cost a bit more. It might be worth it, I don't really know, but basically I'm getting XP without spending any extra time or money. So in the long run, I guess it probably is more efficient, because I think you can get 200 mil fletching very slowly just from broad bolts while doing other skills. So yeah, I think for the time being I'm just going to stick to broads, and if I get closer to 20 mil skills and I still haven't gotten very far with fletching, then maybe I'll start doing some darts or something instead. But darts are like 3 to 5 GP per XP depending on which ones you're doing, sometimes even a little bit more. And broad bolts are completely free. And the supplies are also quite cheap, so you don't really need to have too much money invested in it to have a fair amount ready to go. But yeah, right now with mining, I'm getting like 15k fletching XP per hour doing this. Just one set of bolts per like time that I move to the different rock. But it does add up over time. Like if you think about it, if you were to do like 200 mil mining, say, like if you're thinking in terms of 200 mil all skills, then you'd get quite a bit of fletching XP over that time. I think it'd be somewhere around like 40-50 mil, which is, you know, it adds up. That's a decent amount. So I'll probably keep on fletching while doing a lot of different skills. Agility is a really easy one to do, so I'll probably be fletching while doing agility some. With this one, it's obviously a lot slower than it can be with some other skills, but I figure I may as well. And so yeah, I'm just slowly working towards getting my mining up to 15 mil and then eventually 20 at 14.13 right now. So making decent progress with it. And yeah, fletching is at 15.8 right now already. I did some darts post 99 while doing other things for a while, which is how I got it to that. But it will be nice to see it go up gradually. It's kind of similar to like magic imbue, honestly, for this anyways, but I think for other skills it'll be a bit faster. Well, these days I've mostly been doing nightmare zoning classes instead of fishing, because I can get closer to EHP in nightmare zone, and I've been training my defense XP until I get it up to at least like probably like 23 mil, and then I'll switch to controlled since they'll be about the same. Strength will obviously in the long run go up faster, which is fine because, you know, fishing and also like SGS specs during Slayer bring your strength up a bit faster than the other stats. So if I am still playing in like 5 years, then that'll get to 200 mil before attack or defense, and then you can just train the rest of attack and defense with a whip. But yeah, with Nightmare Zone I get like 90k XP per hour in melees, and EHP is 120k, so it's like 3/4 EHP, versus fishing I was getting maybe like 50k, and EHP is 75k, so it's like 2/3 EHP, which is a lower ratio, and also fishing requires more attention than sitting in Nightmare Zone because you have to drop inventory and everything. So that's what I've been doing for the time being, but I did get a good like 4 or 5 mil fishing XP from AFKing during class, and then I did some 3-ticking stuff. So I can get that to 20 mil pretty easily, but for quite a while now I'm just going to be training my melees, I think, during classes, because there's a lot of melee training to do outside of Slayer. Probably, like, you could easily get to like 50 to 70 mil XP and still be fine for the rest of Slayer, so that will take an extremely long time. So that's my plan for classes anyways, and this is the setup I've mostly been using. Maybe I'll start using Varrock, because I think Varrock is what gets you 120k an hour for EHP, but this is more AFK. So that's mostly what I'm doing, but you can last in there a really long time and you profit, because with the power surges in the SGS, I used like 1 prayer potion for 2.5 overloads, so you maybe use like 2 prayer potions an hour. It's kind of crazy. So I think for the rest of my rune crafting until 15 mil anyways, I'm going to do astrals, just because they're faster XP, and because of the increase in XP they're pretty much comparable for the lower profit per hour, because you're gaining more HP, which makes up for the loss in GP. And also I really don't have any need for GP right now. I have more than enough money to do all of the buyables that I plan to do, really, and I'm not sure that I'll really be training too many buyables post 20 mil anyways. So I've got plenty of money to get my buyables to 20 mil already, and I'll be making even more through doing astrals. Not going to do lavas because I don't really like lavas, and that's really pretty much about it. Maybe I'll consider it a little bit, but yeah, I don't think I will, most likely, just because lavas kind of suck. I never really liked doing them. When I did do them, I kind of just did them because I felt like it was the best thing to do, which probably was when I did them. But yeah, for now I am using magic imbue while doing astrals because I think it's worth it. I do have to use fire runes, so I have fire runes in my rune pouch right now, but it increases the cost by not really that much, and it's definitely worth doing because I'm getting like 24k XP per hour in magic while doing astrals for like 34-35k, so it's a pretty high ratio of magic to rune crafting. If you were to actually do astrals to 200 mil, you'd get a lot of magic XP right there, and it would mean that you wouldn't have to do as much magic imbue elsewhere. And for the increase in cost, it's very minimal, so I'd say it's worth doing. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any runecrafting past 15 mil. Anyways, I just want to get to 15 mil skills pretty soon until the new soul altar comes out, because soul runes are going to be like 45k an hour is what they changed it to now, according to Jagex, and I can see it being higher than that because they seem to lowball rates a little bit, especially since if you're really banking. I don't think that they can bank with like mouse keys or AHK. I don't know if they like do that. So yeah, I mean, they'll probably balance it accordingly afterwards. They'll probably nerf it. I can see that happening, it being like 50 to 60k XP per hour in release, and then they change it to be lower. But yeah, I'm not going to do too much runecrafting at this point because runecrafting is going to become a lot faster pretty soon, and it probably will be the most efficient thing to do, so no point in wasting too much time. But yeah, I do want to get the 15 mil soon, so I'm not going to hold off that hard. But yeah, I'm at 14.17 mil runecrafting right now, so I still got a fair amount of time until 15. Well, I just realized I'm an idiot because I was using a mud staff and fire runes while magic imbuing, and I'm doing 3 magic imbue casts per lap pretty much, unless I spawn too close to the bank and don't have time to. But either way, I'm using like 14 or mostly 21 fire runes per lap, whereas I'm using 2 earth runes, and that's the only reason to have the mud staff. So I switched to a steam staff because it's a much wiser choice, since I'm using a lot fewer runes in general, and elemental runes are all basically the same price because of shops. So yeah, it's a bit of a smarter choice to use a steam staff instead of a mud staff while runecrafting astrals if you're going to use magic imbue, because you use 2 earth runes per lap rather than like 21 fire runes per lap. So there you go, me being dumb. And guys, the time has finally come. It's been a long time coming. The past month I've made very little progress with Castle Wars, but there we go. Full gold Castle Wars set is completed. It's completely done. 2,900 Castle Wars tickets for this set, which I probably spent about 100 hours on in total. The first like 1,000 tickets I did mostly at 20 tickets per hour, just doing regular 4-world boosts, which are like the simplest ones. It wasn't until a bit later that I like discovered the 8 worlds, and those are 40 tickets an hour, and I did the majority of my tickets at 40 tickets an hour, but a fair amount of them were done at 20. Sometimes you can even get 60 tickets an hour if you have 12-world boosts going on, which don't happen very often. But yeah, I used boost CCs for that, but it still took a good 100 hours for the gold set, so definitely a cool thing to get done, and I do actually have the equivalent of Trim Completionist on Old School RuneScape now, which is kind of cool. Well, last night I had the urge to do some Hunter, so that's what I did, and I got up to 15.8 mil just in one sitting, and I did a fair amount of, I was doing fletching while hunting. Basically you can do probably like 3 to 4 sets of darts with AHK, like you click lay on the trap, then you do some darts, or bolts I guess is what I'm actually doing, and then you go back to the trap and get back to it on the proper tick, and you can fletch darts or bolts without wasting any time hunting, and I was getting like 54k fletching XP per hour with broads. So if you were to do it with like Addy darts, or I think with Myth darts I calc, it would be like 200k XP per hour in fletching, so you'd be getting more fletching XP than Hunter if you did it that way. And I've been doing some fletching while doing agility also, somewhat less focused since I've been like semi-AFKing agility to edit this video, but yeah, I just have my darts with me whenever I have the possibility of using them, and just fletch, or I keep saying darts, bolts, and fletch whenever I feel like it. But right now I am doing agility because agility was my lowest skill earlier today, and it just passed up mining for the now low skill. But yeah, mining and agility are my only skills that are below the XP for level 100. I think 100 is 14.38, something like that. So runecrafting is past it, and woodcutting is past it. So I'm probably going to mostly be working on agility and mining today to try to get those up a bit. And I should be able to hit the 15 mils pretty soon. I still have a fair amount of hours to do, and you know, like my skills remaining are slower ones, because I guess I've just been doing the Bibles quick and easy. But the 15 mils probably will be done within, well, I think they should be done within the next week for sure, because I have, I guess, like a little over 10 hours of mining, a little over 10 hours of agility, like 20 hours of runecrafting, a little bit less, and like 5 to 6 hours of woodcutting. So that'll take a bit of time, but it'll be done pretty soon. The 15 mils will be pretty sweet, and then we can start moving on to the 20s. I did start banking some prayer XP, so I'll probably get 20 mil prayer pretty soon. It seems like bones are continuing to rise, so it's probably better to do that sooner. Alright, well, I'm back at the Ardougne rooftop after a fair amount of time mining today. Did about 350k mining XP today, so pretty good gains there, and It's averaging like 72k per hour, which is actually EHP, but that was a bit low because I went to the bathroom and you know, various other things. DC'd once, I think, and wasted some XP. So could have been a bit higher if I was like fully focused, but yeah, that, at least you can get EHP even if you go to the bathroom and come back, which is kind of cool. So yeah, 14.5 in mining. I just passed 14.5 in agility also, and woodcutting still 14.4. We're crafting 14.4, and everything else is over 15 right now. So I should be able to pass 15 mil all skills within the next week, which will be pretty cool. And then after that, I'll probably be working on, I think I'll do some Hunter, because I really enjoy Hunter a lot, and probably some Pyramid Plunder as well, because I feel like, especially if I like finish 20 mil all after that, I feel like I'll just want to do a lot of Hunter and Thieving, because they're both fairly fast skills, and they're both pretty enjoyable too. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I guess that's about all I have for you guys, so feel free to drop a like and leave any comments, questions, suggestions in the comment section below. Really do hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys all later. Thanks for watching.